Hi everybody, this is video number 2 in a series of how-to videos for Honeycomb maps. In this video, we are going to show how to create an H3 heat map from point data. Let's get started. So I'm starting from scratch here in Honeycomb. We can see that there's one available table. This table is the delivery data fact order table that I used in the previous video. Here's what that data looks like. As I mentioned in the last video, it's also available on GitHub. And to make it available here, I've given Honeycomb permission to access this table through the Snowsite UI. And we can see in this table that there's a delivery latitude and a delivery longitude. There's also this delivery H3, but in this video, we're not going to use the H3 column. We are just going to use this latitude and the longitude. And we're going to show how Honeycomb can make an H3 layer, even if you only have point data to start with. So let's go back. Let's click on this table alias to add the data to the table. And it looks like Honeycomb has automatically found that latitude and longitude, those columns, and created points on our map. But in this case, we want to see not just the point layer, but we want to see an H3 or Honeycomb heat map layer. So to do that, I can click on Edit Map here to open the Edit Map sidebar. Then I'll click on Map Layers and add map layer. And look at that, Honeycomb automatically added a honeycomb layer here. In this case, since we only had one data source, Honeycomb was smart enough to pick that automatically, and it defaulted to a honeycomb layer. And it also defaulted to this H3 field. Now, when Honeycomb loads a data set and it finds a latitude and longitude column, it will go ahead and automatically create an H3 column alongside that. And that's really useful because that means that you don't necessarily need to pre-compute your H3 column within Snowflake because Honeycomb can generate that automatically. Now you can, if you want to generate H3 as part of your data pipeline, but you don't necessarily need to. So we'll use this auto-generated H3 field. And then in this case, it's taking a sum of customer ID. Okay, that's not necessarily what I want. I just want a count of ID. Okay, and that's giving me maybe a more realistic heat map here. I can also modify the color scheme. Let's see. Ooh, I kind of like this purple. And then also modify how the values are assigned to colors. So value will, well, to make it a little easier to see, let me hide the point layer. Value as the interpolation type here will take a linear scale and apply it to the value. So if there's some areas that have a lot of deliveries, those will be very dark, and then the others might be not show much color at all, where quantile will divide the values into equal buckets and then color based on that. So it might show a bit more color on the map. I like value. 9 color steps is good, and there we go. I'll just give my new layer a name. And there we go. We now have an H3 heat map from our point data. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we're going to look at how to color specific points based on a field in the data. Thanks, everyone.